Live from Oceanside tonight, Joe Satriano's house. I am Halftime Howie, and this is Broadcasting on the Beach with Halftime Howie. Welcome, everyone, to Oceanside. And let's give it up for our great host, my longtime friend, and a very important contributor on our show, Joe Satriano. And Joe put out a great spread. Did everyone have a great time eating at Joe's tonight? Yeah. So, Joe, welcome to your own house, and we got a great crowd tonight. And how's it feel to do our second show from your beautiful, lovely home here in Oceanside?
Well, thank you, Howie, once again for coming to the house. And by the way, I can relate with spreads, so that that was very good of you. Let me try that again. I could relate with spreads. Oh, no. Thank you. But anyway, no, it's a wonderful a chance to get some friends over and also see what the show is all about and how you spread such cheer and wonderful inspirational things and entertainment. It's a great show. Hopefully a lot of people will now tune in to YouTube or to the Halftime Howie page once they're here, and they'll love it and do it every Sunday. So it's a pleasure to have you guys here tonight.
Absolutely. We love it, and we have a very entertaining show, our regulars. And coming up after the break, we're going to have a song from Miss New York Senior America, Mary Malloy. Woohoo! So she's awesome. She's going to sing "Till There Was You." But right now, you can feel the positive, energetic vibes in New York because, and who would have thought this possible? The New York Mets are in the World Series. Yeah. And this is my message to New York Met fans. Enjoy the moment. You know, I listen to sports talk radio, and people are calling up, and they're nervous. Are we going to re-sign Cespedes? Are we going to sign Murphy? And I say, forget all that. Worry about next year. Your Mets are in the World Series. They're on a great run. And, Joe, I say they're going to win the World Series over Kansas City. What do you think?
Without a doubt, Howie. There's we might as well start getting that ticker tape stuff going. You want to rip up some paper and get ready? Because it's inevitable. They're the best team left in this in Major League Baseball at this point, and nothing's going to stop them. So Kansas City, who cares?
Well, you know what, and I got to say, I've been watching baseball since 1964, and what Daniel Murphy has been doing is so historical. He's hit home runs in 6 straight games, 7 for the postseason. But it's not only that, it's who he's doing it against. He hit 2 home runs against Kershaw, a 3-time Cy Young Award winner. He hit a home run off of Greinke, a Cy Young Award winner, off of Arrieta of the Cubs, who probably won the Cy Young this year, off of John Lester, who was knockout fantastic with the Red Sox. So he's doing it against the best of the best. He's on an incredible run. So, to me, I've never seen anything like what Daniel Murphy is doing for the Mets. It's truly amazing, historical.
I just admire him because he got to first base. But no, it's truly amazing what he's doing. I think, he's the only player, I believe, who has 6 home runs in the postseason consecutive. So he's making history and carrying this team right at the moment. But the others will start picking up as well. I have a feeling Cespedes is going to have a second wind. And the pitching, that's what it comes down to, Howie. You know that. If you have pitching, you have the best shot in the world to win this series. So I have no doubt, even though I am a true Yankee fan, I'm a New York fan. And I always root for a New York team. Go Mets, boy. This is great. It'll be great for the city.
And none of that. As great as Murphy is, to me, what has made the Mets really special is their young pitching staff. There is no pitching staff in all of baseball with this many great young pitchers. And every single game, you got DeGrom, you got Harvey, you got Syndergaard, all thrown 97, 98 with great stuff. They've all been dominating. And now you have Steven Matz, who's going to be their fourth pitcher. And then you got Familia in the bullpen, who's been lights out. So to me, as great as Murphy's been, it's a great story. The thing that makes the Mets truly special are the young arms. But, Rocco is our videographer, diehard Met fan. He's waited a long time for this special moment. Rocco, you've suffered many years. You're a diehard Met fan.
Indeed.
How happy and excited are you? And tell me the vibe in the West End of Long Beach about having the Mets, the New York Mets, in the World Series.
Thank you very much, Howie. What can be really said? I didn't expect much from the Mets this year. All I wanted was for the Mets to have a really good season, and they've exceeded my wildest expectations. I mean, from winning the Eastern Division to the Division Series to the National League Championship now. It's just really incredible how well the Mets have done, and I couldn't be more proud of the team, and it's just great to see this team gel together so well, and that they have a chemistry that just can't be beat this season. I mean, it reminds me of like the Mets of years past, especially the 1969, what they call the Miracle Mets, and how that team gelled together. And having this team, watching this team over a couple of years, not do so well, and finally do so well, like go from one extreme to the next, it's just incredible. And no matter what happens, I mean, whether the Mets win or the Royals win, because they both, it's been a long time for both of them since they won a world championship. The Royals only won. The last time they won a world championship was the year right before the Mets did. So, I mean, both of the teams have a lot at stake. So I'm really excited just to see the Mets play another World Series. It's just wonderful. And yes, of course, if they win, it's fantastic. So.
And Joe, before we go to break, there's one guy I feel really good about is the manager, Terry Collins. He's a guy that is a baseball lifer. He's 66 years old. This is his fifth year as the manager of the Mets. He was there during the lean times. Always upbeat, always positive. He's great with the media. The players swear by him. This is his third managerial job and his first time managing in the World Series. Just a good guy who all the players and media love. So you got to feel good for a baseball lifer like Terry Collins.
Yeah, Howie, because he's certainly put in his time. I mean, he's been around the block. He's done his time as coaching, and it's a feel-good story for this man. And it's the same kind of thing when Joe Torre finally won the World Series after all those years. So when it happens to Terry, I hope he calls up Joe and they share a drink together and they enjoy they reminisce about their first World Series, because it's going to happen. And Terry Collins has been pushing all the right buttons this year. It's amazing how he whatever he's done, whoever he's put in there has produced and performed. So I give him all the credit. Let's go Mets, and let's get this thing going on Tuesday.
Okay. All right. Excellent. On that note, we're going to take a break. We have Miss New York Senior America coming up. Is everyone having a good time? Before we go to break, I want to ask everybody one thing. Are the Mets going to win the World Series? Yeah! Joe, I don't think they were enthusiastic, so I think we're going to ask them one more time.
Yeah.
What halftime Howie wants to know. What Joe Satriano wants to know. What Rocco Pasafumi wants to know. Are the New York Mets going to win the World Series? Yeah! All right. I am Halftime Howie. This is Broadcasting on the Beach with Halftime Howie, coming to you live from Joe Satriano's house on Long Island's first and oldest radio show, AM 1240. WGBB.